Hello there.
Hey, there we are.
Check that sound.
Will do. Hey, there we are. Sounds
There we
good.
are.
Okay, let's do it.
No,
Yeah.
not yet.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all are listening to the Overseas Connection podcast.
Shut up and sit down.
Here we go!
Would you kindly?
I think we're just getting started.
Medic! I'm a witcher.
I think this is more than you can handle.
He sits on his ass all day.
Let's do this.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to episode 728 of the Overseas Connection podcast. Today is April 2nd, 2023. And we are a video game podcast. We're a little bit older, wiser, more mature. We buy our own beer. So take that into consideration when you are listening. My name's Greg. Gamertag, Murphy's Law, OC_Murphy's Law on Twitter. And joining me today, a fine cast of individuals. I'm going to start with my upper right in the Brady Bunch window, Kim Woods. Kim, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. That's me at GamerGirl27, pretty much everywhere, and it's good. It's a nice spring day here, although you will notice I am wearing a sweatshirt because while it is spring, we're not quite to the warm part of it yet. So we'll get there. It'll happen.
Okay, excellent.
Yep.
And then diagonally down from Kim, the bottom left-hand corner for me, it is Mr. Robin Tate spinning the decks.
Hello there, it's me. Hello, Dan. Hello, Boomer. It's Robin Tate here. I am in Ballymena in Northern Ireland for my sins. But, you know, the Pope's okay.
Thank God for that.
There we go. And then last but certainly not least, coming to us from Austria, we've got Barney. Oh, sorry, Pete. Pete Chin. Pete Chin, welcome to the podcast, Pete.
Hey, kids! Hello. Hello, everyone. It's me.
Pete, lovely to have you on. Yes.
Computer illiterate. Can't even say that as well. I've had enough this week. God, it's been enough. Can't wait for the clock to turn into a new week. Yeah. It's me. Hello.
Mario Barney? Is that what we got going on here?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, it sounds like we've got some stories to be had. Before we get into that, we do have one birthday to celebrate. We actually celebrated it last week prematurely. It's just because that's what we do as we get older. But we're going to do it again. Brian Hamilton. Happy birthday, Brian.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Insert name here. Happy birthday to you.
Gentleman was not recognized.
All right. And
All right.
you know, just because I'm doing things in different orders these days, because that's what I like to do. If you are not familiar with us, come back next week. We'll be back again every Sunday, 9 p.m. in the UK, 1 p.m. in the West Coast, 4 p.m. in the East Coast, and 3 p.m. Central Time Zone in the windiest of windy areas. We are on Twitch. We are on YouTube. We will also have an audio version of this podcast so you can listen to it while you are sitting on the toilet, literally. Okay, story time, Robin. Let's hit it.
Hooray, story time. Hooray, story time. I'm so glad to be with you today.
I think the caffeine just kicked in for me. It's like it just like bam. All right.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, let's start. Kim, we got to start with you
Okay.
because your collection of stories, it's intriguing to me. I think I want you to start from oldest, on your list here to the beginning. So start with the calendar. Let's just get that out of the way.
Alrighty. Well, like you said, it's a new month. So you know what that means. We have a new month on the calendar. So today we have, or this month, we have Lincoln and Karina. So, figure out
Aw.
which one is Lincoln, which one's Karina. Let that
Karina's
be your
one
choice.
strap on, one strap off. That's nice.
Right? So there you go.
Oh,
Lincoln and Karina. So happy
very
April.
cute.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
I want to just say, as far as calendar people go, he looked a little soft compared to everybody else.
Right?
Just saying. Yeah,
Well,
little
yeah.
fluffy.
Nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. I'm also a little fluffy. But anyway, so yeah, there's your calendar for the month. Let's see. If we're going backwards, I guess, in a way. So I got a kid-free week coming up. My nephews are going down to spend Easter with their dad. So I'll have Anthony tomorrow, and then after that, they'll be gone for, like I said, a week. So I'm a little apprehensive seeing how the last time they went to their dad's ended up, but hopefully it'll be a smooth run this time. We'll see. So there might be more gaming hopefully this week than there has been lately. We'll see how that goes too. I don't know. Do we want to talk about the weather?
A bit.
I think we should. It's been a very pertinent conversation in your neck of the woods. Weather is a
Alright.
thing.
Yeah. Well, Friday really blew, and I mean that literally because we had, and I didn't know this till like Thursday night that we were supposed to have bad weather, but we were in like a Category 4 zone where all sorts of things was gonna happen, like tornadoes, large hail, rain, the whole gamut. And yeah, it kind of was, because see, Friday was my sister's day off, so she decided we were going to get pedicures, so we went and did that, and nothing happened. Well, I also have a cat who needed a vet appointment, so I got that scheduled for Friday. Well, strangely enough, while we were at the vet appointment, it was fine. The sun had come out, the sun was shining, and about a half an hour after we had left the town where the vet was, straight line winds had went through and blew storage buildings and trees over, and there's a tower at the sheriff's station, I'm assuming for like radios and such. It had broken in half, and there were tornadoes pretty much all the way around us, statewide, like Iowa, where we are, or not very far from where we're at. They had big tornadoes. I mean, it was nuts. We got lucky. We got a little bit of wind because we were under a wind advisory until Saturday afternoon, and we had branches fall. We had some sideways rain, which is always interesting when you look out your window and you notice the rain is, going this way instead of straight up and down. So, that was fun. So yeah, I don't know. It's spring. It's Missouri. It's tornado season. It's just something we can kind of have to deal with. So there you go.
Yeah.
Some people have hurricanes. We have tornadoes.
And it was great because, on Saturday morning for me, Kim, I my usual Saturday morning is you sleep into at least 7:30, and you come down and make some fresh coffee, and then I sit and flick through YouTube, and this stuff was sort of coming, you sit there for an hour, so a couple of cups of coffee Saturday morning before I have to start Daddy's Taxi, and we were watching the live feed on YouTube from your area, the weather stuff, and I was, you were going, I hope I don't call it at 3:00. I says, yeah, it's due to end at 2:30, and so, it's frightening how small the world actually is. So
yeah, well, that's it. So it was, like I said, if we had dragged our feet at the vet clinic just 15, maybe 20 minutes more, we'd have been caught out in the middle of it. And the highway we actually have to drive to come back home, like I said, there was a storage shed that got picked up from the side of the highway it was sitting on and blown right over into the highway. So
wow.
Yeah, and that's while the other wind was going on and the rain and everything else. So I can only imagine what that'd have been like, sitting there driving along and all of a sudden a storage shed comes down right in front of you.
Tornado season, I always thought that was sort of September, October.
Nope,
but there's spring tornadoes as well then.
Oh yeah, and I mean we've had tornadoes. Well, we haven't, but around us, they've had even tornadoes in the wintertime. So it's kind of around here. It's just kind of an all season thing. So
the weather reports over there, they're pretty accurate, aren't they? From what I've seen.
Yeah, I'd say for the most part, yes.
Because of it, of how big America is and how it can be monitored. It's a lot more. It's not as random as the UK, I don't think.
Right.
Yeah, cool.
And they were talking about hail coming down the size of like tennis balls and saucers.
I'd love to see that.
Oh.
I'd love to see that.
My sister had.
Thank God.
Yeah, she had a hailstorm, and they were the size of like marbles.
Mm-hmm.
Were they?
Yeah. It's been a crazy weather year. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah.
And it just started. So
could you bag some up and send them in a cool box over to here or something? I want to see it.
Well,
We're not gonna
you are coming over to the States in just a month.
You can bring it home like a little medical box. You can carry it home again.
We're not going to see it over there, though, are we? It's always hot, isn't it? You
never know.
I'm gonna buy Pete a bag of crushed ice and be like, here's some hail.
There you go.
Throw them at me so it's civic. There you
Throw
go.
some leaves and stuff in it for good measure, and be like, yeah, here it is.
I gotta say, I'm very happy to
Grass
see that
clippings.
Lake Mead is filling up at 20% more than it was a month ago. So that's great news. Lake Mead is filling out. Again, one of the nerdy things that you get stuck into on YouTube is watching the people that go out into Lake Mead for trying to find things that have just appeared, like old towns that were flooded, and now it's rising. So you know, those
just reminded me of something to speak about.
Those people are wrong. Once again. Yeah. Anyway, God bless her. How dare you? Anyway. Well, that's cool. Well, we're glad you're
What
okay,
else,
Kim.
What was you didn't blow away? That's the good news.
No,
right?
we didn't blow away. We're still here, thank God. We're good for some more tornado weather, I guess you'd say. Tuesday, I had a little field trip, and I took my Razor with me to see if it would work away from my house, and it does.
Yeah, I've got a
used
battery
to
Razor. It
play
works
on my-
outside of the house as well. A battery Razor. What were you trimming?
No, not quite that. No, my Razer Edge, my gaming handheld. Anyway, I took it with me on my little field trip, and yes, it works. I got to remote play on my Xbox a little bit, so.
Yeah, I'm caught up on a tornado, but it works. Look, the signal's great up here.
Right. And last but not least, also on my little field trip, my friend Brian, you guys remember the cell phone debacle here a week or so, 2 weeks ago?
Right.
We were going to the big city to get him a cell phone. And on our way there, we popped over a hill in this Amish, I guess you call it, neighborhood. And there was about a 7 or 8 year old Amish kid in his wagon, propelling himself in the highway with his feet in his wagon. We almost hit him. It was that bad because, we popped over the hill and boom, he was right there. Of course, he was all wearing black, and it was still kind of early morning. So, I mean, it took me a couple of times to look at him and try to figure out what in the hell I was even looking at. And the thing of it is, the kid looked right up at us, and you'd have thought he'd have been scared shitless because, oh God, here comes a car. I'm right out in the middle of the highway. He looked at us like it was just like a neighborhood goat or something that was coming up the path. I mean, he just didn't even act like it was any big deal. I mean we had to...
kind of like deer, right?
Right.
You see the headlights coming, you're like, what could that be? I don't know.
Yeah, he's just, and of course we had to swerve around him because, obviously we didn't want to kill the child. So as we were swerve around him, we're going down the road, and my friend Brian looks at me and goes, well, I better call the sheriff's department because he could have a semi pop up next, and that thing's not going to be able to stop.
A semi what? Sorry, what we have? You're looking at him too closely. If you can see a semi popping up.
A semi
truck.
Yes. So anyway, we called the sheriff's department to let them know that, hey, I don't know which Amish family this kid belongs to, but they probably ought to know he's out in the highway playing in his wagon.
It's like sheep getting out sort of
them.
thing. Sheep have left the
Probably.
field. Yeah, sheep have left the field, and you have to phone the farmer and everything. I see. It's like you're Amish kids. A flock of what is that? What is a group of Amish
Sheep,
kids
children.
called? A flock?
Yeah, they're all the same.
Pretty much, right? So yeah, and then on the way there, while we were at it, he hit the button for the parking brake, and I thought he almost threw the transmission out of the car. So then I thought we were gonna, die on the way there. So Tuesday, just getting a cell phone was a harrowing experience. So yeah. So, here on out, watch your kids, Amish, Mennonite, Caucasian, whatever the hell they are, just watch your children.
No doubt the Amish are listening right now, and they're thinking, God, thank God for Kim.
Yeah.
These are words to live by.
They're all there's about 50 of them in one room, tuned round the radio, an old brown radio, and they've accidentally tuned into the internet.
We were laughing, well, not really laughing, and this is going to be bad to say, but we were all sitting there thinking, I'm like, what were their parents think? And somebody made the comment, well, they probably just pop out another. So, I don't know, but it was not something I expected to see on a Tuesday morning driving down the highway with some Amish kid in a wagon just playing like he was in the middle of his yard and there was, 10 ton of steel coming after him. So.
Was there one that looked like Kelly McGillis?
Now, okay, hold on. I got a couple issues here. One, 10 tons of steel. What were you driving in that was
Well,
after
it
10
was
tons?
a Chevy, I don't know what the hell, Chevy something or other. I can't remember the name of it right at the top of my head, but it's a
Cement
little like
mixer.
Say Chevy
crossover.
Leaf. I'm not
Cement
going to
mixer.
believe
No.
you 10 times.
It's like a Chevy SUV crossover sort of thing.
Okay,
I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But anyway, still, even though it's made out of plastic, that's still gonna hurt the poor little guy. So I mean, you know,
It's really
I mean,
heavy plastic. No, I know what you mean, Kim.
Right.
Now, Pete, help me remember. I know they're not Amish, but your community that
Quakers.
used Quakers,
They're Quakers.
aren't they kind of like Amish?
No.
No,
No,
I feel like they should be.
probably a little bit.
No,
I mean, they have their own cereal box.
They get their
They
oats.
don't. They don't at all. No, I mean, they've got some some values that are the same. Simplicity. That's definitely one of them. They like to dress in plain clothing and not have anything branded and have any
Tattoos.
like, too much tech savvy stuff and like very. Not very flash with their stuff.
Amish?
Yeah, but no, Amish don't. They don't have electricity. I want to live in an Amish village for a week. I want to try it out. That's one thing I'd love to do. Just to give it a go.
Why don't
shed.
you just burn your hands with hot coals? It's
Oh
probably the same
my
feeling.
god, man! You talk about it like it's real torture. I don't know. It'd be okay to. I think it'd be nice to experience their culture. Just for a week though.
Well, just go
Very
out
well.
and turn off your breaker box for like a week, and there you go,
Yeah.
no electricity.
Just the way
I
they
don't know.
chop the bed.
I liked reading about the Mayans, Pete, but I have no desire to go live the Mayan experience.
Yeah.
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 Oh,
No,
I wouldn't mind some sacrifices and stuff like that. That would be good fun.
It's unless it's you.
I was going to say they're not a cult that kill people. Yeah.
So anyway, that was my exciting week. So
Okay.
It sounds like a Final Destination film that you've lived through this week.
I know, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah. Poor Amish kid. He just looked up at us like, oh, hey, look, what is that? And why is it coming at me? I was like, oh dear.
Well, I'm glad you didn't kill any kids.
So am I.
Not many. Not many. None
I don't
that
think
I know.
I wouldn't do
positive
very
stuff.
good in President Orange, I don't think it'd look good.
Orange is the
No.
new black. Just saying.
That's what they say.
All right, Pete, give me a boat update. Is there one to be had here? Or is
Yeah,
this old
well,
news?
No, I don't think so. No, I've updated it. So we're going to pick it up Tuesday.
Okay.
I've been arranging to try and get a service on the engine before we take it away, and to have a couple of things done on the gas pipe work, which needs a gas safe engineer, and it's so difficult to get marine engineers that I don't know. They seem like everybody seems to recommend all these people, and you phone them all up, and they're all busy. They're just got tons and tons of work on. So I managed to find one guy who was not too far from where the boat is now at the minute, and he can go out and he can give me a gas safe certificate once he's completed his work, which is what I wanted. So the boat.
Hold on, Pete. Wait, real quickly. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm going to interrupt all of you guys a lot during this show, I have a feeling. Real quickly. So from the chat, there was a comment, Captain Pete, which now has led me to think, are you going to buy yourself a captain's hat?
A few people have asked me that. No, it's not. It's not something that I'm going to go on the sea with. So
I feel like you need to have it.
Really,
a pirate's hat for sure.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do I have to do this all again from last week?
Yeah.
It's what?
Do I have to do this all again from last week?
You'll be donning a pirate's hat in a moment now, Pete.
No.
Whether you want to or not, Pete, it's going to happen.
So I've been buying loads of stuff for it as well. I've bought absolutely shite loads of stuff from Amazon and
there's news just in. There's your boat. I'm sorry, it sunk.
What? Oh God!
Don't look, Pete. Look away. It's going to be It's going to be hurtful.
Hello.
Now you bought lots of stuff from Amazon.
Yeah, bought lots of stuff from Amazon and on the Tinterweb just for getting the boat. I suppose kitted out with stuff that we're still living in our house, so we've got to buy loads of kitchen utensils and like bedding and all the stuff that you use just to on an everyday life, just to live, and not like the Amish. And yeah, so we've got loads of
Wait,
stuff
hold on a second. Wait, okay. So you said, and I get it, you need like some new sheets because probably the bed size is different, so you have to adapt to the new sheet. But you said utensils. What are you currently doing that you don't need utensils? How are you living and eating without utensils currently? Do the utensils change from the boat and land?
No, I've just said that I've had to buy another set of utensils. There's still people that are going to be here in the house, so we've got to go and get the boat. And when we get the boat, there's people in the house, then they're going to be using the utensils and all the plates.
I
and
just
crockery.
figured you'd take those utensils with you. That's my bad.
No,
gotcha.
No. So we need a new set. So we've had to buy all of that. It's really weird actually how much we've had to buy. I didn't realise that we'd have to go through all. I never even give it a thought, to be honest. It was more of the mechanical stuff and what parts we need and how we're going to get the boat here and what driving it and or cruising it, should I say, and what we're gonna need to do that, like our insurance and boating license and all that jazz. So we're gonna pick it up on Tuesday, hopefully, if the service gets done on Monday, which I've looked it up on Google, and I'm probably gonna have to add another day or two, but they reckon it's gonna take about 5 days. So with us being novices, it's probably gonna take 7. So I don't know whether I'll be on the podcast next week from the boat or from here. Who knows? But I'm gonna take some kit. I'm going to take the internet with me, the whole internet box that I got in the corner, and I'll take a laptop and I'll make sure I get on next week if I'm on the boat. If not, I'll just be here as normal. But I don't know, it's really weird stuff. I was going to take my Xbox, and then I just don't know how much power. I'm gonna have to Google it. How much power it uses as you run it. I know it runs at a high temperature, and I know it's got quite a bit of kit in there. But you have to when you've got a boat and you're running off 12-volt batteries. I think it's got 5 leisure batteries. You can only run things for so long if you're on an inverter, and you can't run the engine.
Pete's gonna kill the boat because he's playing the Xbox.
Imagine that. You can't have a shower or a wash or anything like that because Pete's fucking killed the power of the Xbox. So you've got to be really careful with what appliances you use and how long you use them for. So I'll probably do all of those mathematical equations when just before I switch the Xbox on, if I get asked to. And I'll take it from there. But I think I'm going to take my Xbox because it's the smallest thing, even though I want to take my PlayStation. If I took my PlayStation, the boat would sink.
So wait a minute. Okay, hold on. A lot of more questions now coming.
That's all right. Keep them going.
Okay. So one, you did the proper thing, Pete. And I want to pat you on the back. When you were figuring all this stuff out, one of the most immediate things you figured out was the internet. That was the most important thing. Utensils, we'll get to that. Bedding, we'll get to that. The internet, you nailed it. That's what you're supposed to do as a man. That's good.
Yeah.
Have you told your dad yet?
No. Please don't fucking phone him. I can imagine Robin to get his number and phone him on the show.
Hey, guess what?
Yeah. Here's your dad. Go on, Pete.
Yep. Oh God, now I think I've forgotten the other questions I was going to have, but so okay, you can't run the Xbox potentially while you're, I'm assuming, sailing. I'm assuming when you dock, you're going to be plugging into power, and at that point,
no. When you dock, you can dock anywhere on the canal network, and the canal network mostly is just towpath, and
So
you
bring a
stake in
Honda generator,
and you run on a generator. Yeah, so when your engine's running, it charges the 5 leisure batteries that you've got. So you've only got so much energy to use, and you have to calculate it all. It's as simple as that. So you can't use things for too long, but during the day, because you can't run the engine after a certain time at night, I think it's 9 p.m. But after during the day, you can run the engine and keep things going and run a washing machine or whatever you need to when the engine's running. And I've got a Webasto like diesel boiler up. That's fine. But yeah, when you've got to be really careful on how long you operate things. If you go to a marina, which there are quite a few of them on the network, but they take a long time to get to because you're only traveling 4 miles an hour. you can hook up to their electricity if you wanted to.
Oh, fair
so
play to you, Pete, but my goodness. Wow.
Oh no, man, it's gonna be so. Do you know,
This is going to be
we're excited.
Yeah.
We're excited, but we are shitting our pants at the same time because it's just there's quite a lot to learn, and
It's gotten real.
yeah, man.
It's gotten very
And-
real.
but even at 4 miles an hour, it looks like it's an awkward bugger to steer. I mean, it's not going to turn on a dime.
They reckon. Well, a lot of the newer boats now got bow thrusters, so you can operate the front as well as the back, even though you got to look at the middle for your turning points. But ours is just engine at the back, no bow thruster, and it's 65 foot long, and it's probably about 20 ton when it's all loaded up. So it's going to be a big beast to steer. It's going to be hard to stop. So we're going to make sure our
Wow,
steering's
Pete.
accurate. And
Class. I'm jealous. In a way.
What? Okay, 4 miles an hour. What happens
Yeah.
if like you come in like a really bad storm? There's high winds.
Or there's Amish out playing in the channel.
I suppose we're not going to kill them
Well,
because
well,
they're
one,
probably
Kim,
sunk in the canal.
they'd be able to run away. Remember, 4 miles an hour.
yeah,
All right.
yeah. There's
But seriously though, like bad weather, how does that boat navigate bad weather? I mean, is it just because you're in the channel? You're kind of. It's
You
not
know-
really like you're gonna run aground.
You're not on a channel at all. You could just think of it as they're not tidal. These canals. They're
Okay.
well. I'll say that a few of them are slightly tidal with that are connected to rivers, but the majority of the network, which is around, I think it's 2,000 mile, the whole network. The majority of it is non-tidal, and it's very still water. It's how many narrowboats can you fit widthwise? I think most of the canal you can fit 3 or 4 canal boats widthwise. If it's windy, it's going to knock the boat about. But
Okay.
you tie in and hope for the best. No, it's fine. There's over there's over 30,000. I think there's 30,000 boaters that live aboard it on the network. So it's quite a busy thing. So it's not like it's not been done before, and we're just gonna have to learn on the way. And it is pretty terrifying. But
I applaud you, Pete, because I could never do this. I honestly say this in all.
I'm too soft.
I absolutely. You wouldn't catch me doing it. So,
Yeah.
Me neither.
But it's an adventure, and I dig that part of it.
Yeah. Well,
But
the thing is, I'm gonna try and film as much of it as I can.
Yeah.
So we've I'll move on because I've been talking about the boat for ages. I've created a YouTube channel. I've spoke to Mike's colleague, who's an animator, and asked him if he could do some stuff for us. So we've got a YouTube channel and a logo being designed and a banner, and we might have some animations done soon. Who knows? But
Right on.
yeah, so we'll film as much of it as we can. I'll start putting these videos together, and then we'll start dishing them out as often as we can. And it'll
You
just be
should
different
start
experiences.
Every video off with just a picture of the cock cage, and then move into.
I don't think we'll get any followers. Yeah, so I'm
I
not
will
gonna
definitely be
mention
watching.
cock
Pete.
Oh, yeah.
You will have at least one follower. Damn it.
So
I'm
I'll let you
excited
know
to see
when it's all set up, and when we've got a few. What I want to do is try and build just a few videos, so then at least I've not got that pressure then of trying to get footage and create a video and get it out there for the following week. I just want to try and get a batch of stuff together first, and I can at least put a couple of months out and work that way if I can. I don't know. Time will probably soon catch up with me, and I'll get caught out. But let's just see it. There's this one guy. I think I mentioned him last week. The narrowboat that James built, and he's so consistent. He's made hundreds of videos, and he's built it from scratch. I think he spent about 17 grand on his boat, and it was just a complete nail. And he's done it up, and it's a real wonderful thing now. And he's got thousands of followers and makes a living off it. You know, he's done really well. So there's a lot of channels out there that do it. I'm not saying I want to make a living off it, but I do want to make a lot of footage that people could just see our ups and downs. I ain't gonna just record the positive stuff. There'll be some of the shit that comes with it, whether we break down or whatever it is.
I
Who
want this
knows?
to become a thing, Pete. I'm going to will this into existence. This needs to be. I want you to make your living off of this. I want this to be like the tune-in episode every week. Does Pete make it? Does he not? 4 miles an hour. Who goes faster, Granny or the boat? Things we need to know.
It is like when we first went on, when we was having our cruising lesson, we was passing a university and there was bunches of university students just walking past us, and it does feel a bit embarrassing. You think, oh, hang on,
Can't I go any faster?
Yeah, this is an engine, for Christ's sake. Why are you not getting faster than those kids over there? But yeah, so video footage will come at one point, and I'll let you know what that is. And when I start doing my little DIY jobs on the boat, and when we might finally get there towards the end of the year, who knows, that we have to live on it then. But yeah,
okay,
don't know. And the other thing that I fell into watching boats and canal boats and stuff is magnet fishing. And
that's good fun.
Yep.
One of the tools that you have to have is a magnet, just in case you drop. There's a tool called a windlass that opens up the locks that your boats go into. So that the windlass, sometimes, like I say, they get dropped and they're 38 pound. Quite a lot of money.
Not cheap. Yeah.
No, you don't want to be dropping them all the time. And I'm clumsy like that, and I don't shell these, so we're bound to drop something. And everything that we want to try and do is that we want to coat in some steel or something, so we can magnetize it. But yeah, we bought a fishing magnet, and when I looked on the internet there, and I've gone on to this rabbit hole now of watching different videos of magnet fishing. I mean, my favorite is the Bonded Treasure Hunter. Is just like, he's so cool. He goes to Amsterdam, and he does some close to home as well. And he finds all sorts. He had one video where he found 6 Apple Watches and 2 GoPros, and
magnet would have done them good.
Necklaces, as he calls them, all different sorts. And some of the stuff was working. The GoPros, he took the footage out of, and he was trying to get the stuff back to the owners. It's kind of cool what he does, and he's got thousands and thousands and thousands of viewers just doing this, just fetching stuff out of rivers, canals, pools, lakes, whatever. And there's a guy in America that's doing it now at the minute, and he wants to fetch out £1 million worth of scrap metal across the rivers and whatever in America.
There's a video playing now, Pete, of a guy, and he pulls up a bomb. Okay, but I'm just looking. He has 1 million subscribers to his channel.
Yeah,
that's a living.
What's the channel's
tie
name?
this in? Yeah, this could be the boat and magnet fishing.
Yeah, it's the trouble is, it's where you put the stuff. You can. Well, I've joined a group now on Facebook. It's called Scrappers and Dippers. So if you're a magnet fisher, you're a dipper. The scrappers obviously collect the scrap, and you can get a catalogue of different scrap men local to where you are, and give them a call and just ask them to pick up the scrap. So the good thing is you're taking stuff out of the network and putting it onto the side. But the one thing is, the network is over 200 years old, and there are grenades in there, there are guns in there, there's other warfare that's stuffed in those canals somewhere. And when you pull it out, you're obviously then having to contact the police.
What a great video.
Police resources are coming out.
Just put it back where you found it.
You can,
Jimmy Hoffa.
But there's some people that have fetched out, grenades and stuff, and I've seen them handling them like, oh, they're nothing, they're all right, they're fine, chucking them on the floor.
Have they ever gone off?
Like, what? Not from what I've seen. They've survived so far, but maybe they know that it's empty and they're just throwing it on the floor for clickbait. I don't know what it is, but it's amazing what they find, especially Amsterdam. They fetch out loads of bikes, and because of the drug, the underground drug running as well in Amsterdam being a huge thing, because a lot of it's legalized in Amsterdam. There's a lot of robberies, and you'll find rucksacks with guns and weapons in there. Found AK-47 magazines and all sorts in the canal. Yeah, it's just crazy. So magnet fishing is one thing that I've just started watching.
Now, real quickly. Yeah. So going back to this tool that it helps you unlock the canals.
Oh, the windlass.
Expensive.
Yeah.
Couldn't you just tie a rope to the end of it? So you
not
No?
Not really. No, it's not.
Tape
No.
a rope to the end of it, so this
That's-
way, if it
I suppose you could fabricate something to it and attach it to the boat. You could.
I feel like there has to be a better solution than just hoping to find it with a magnet if you drop it in the water.
Yeah, but you have to go out of the. You have to get off the boat and up the lock, and you could walk 70, 80 feet to get to the lock mechanism to open that up. So I don't know whether there's. I don't know. I suppose there could be something where you could latch it onto a keyring or something. But I suppose in that moment you forget, and a lot of them get dropped apparently in the network. That's the thing. And there's my dad said he knew someone. He does know about the boat, should I say? Excuse me. He knows about the boat actually, my dad.
But he doesn't know about the full plan.
No.
Right.
No, he doesn't know about the full plan. So he said that he knew someone that used to live by the canal, and he used to make money by fishing windlasses out and selling them on to people as they come past. Or if somebody had lost one, he'd sell one to them and then just fetch out their windlass once they've gone. So there's ways to make money out there as well. But there you go.
Pete, real quickly, how much is the secret from your dad worth to you?
What's Robin gonna do?
Well, I mean, what is Robin gonna do? What is Robin ever? I suspect we're going to get a crazy call with Robin in a second. Real fast, Kim.
Yes.
Since we're speaking of Robin and possible crazy calls, let's do a quick shout out to the chat because we have quite a few people in there.
Yes. Boomer's in there. Hardly Dan is in there, and Amaryllis, aka Nick, is in there. So thanks you guys for stopping by and joining us in the chat or the chat. So
Nick also survived the crazy weather.
yes, you did.
Yeah, random calls with Robin incoming. I feel like it's happening as we speak. I could just see it practically. Maybe not.
He's not doing it anyway. So
Hello.
The other thing.
Nicole?
Yes.
Hi, Nick. How you doing? Say hi. Say hi to the gang.
Nicole, you're
Hello
on the
to
podcast.
everyone.
Hey, everyone.
Yeah, I just yeah, I read the chat.
How are you? Great to hear your voice.
Yours too. It's been a minute.
Yeah,
It's been quite a few minutes, Nicole.
Did you get a good blow the other day as well with Kim?
Well, sure. It was rather
that's the
blustery.
thing, Robin. You go to the salon, you get the hair blow.
Oh yeah. Shampoo
we really
and set.
got it.
Yeah. A little pink rinse.
No, we had the tornadoes too.
So everything okay in Nicole life?
Yeah, everything's fantastic. Getting ready for summer break.
Summer break. It's not Easter. Isn't even here yet.
Yeah, but summer
It's
break
just
is next
this
week.
weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, this coming weekend. So,
How?
and we have, when we return to school tomorrow, we have 36 days of school left.
Yep.
Unbelievable. Here, do you still get any? Do you still get any gaming in, Nick?
I do. I had been playing some, oh my God, Borderlands. Tina's
Tiny Tina.
Tina's
Tiny
Adventure.
Tina. Yep.
Yes, that one.
Nice.
With Jade and No Control.
No, nice.
Superb.
That game's funny.
I have that game, and so does Boomer. So one of these days.
Oh yeah, you guys gotta get. It's hilarious. I love it. It's so much fun. It's like stupid fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm all down for stupid fun.
Never.
I've heard that about you.
So can you make your way to Las Vegas on the 18th of May?
I cannot
Maybe just
because
as
that
well.
costs money and time.
I fear how much money it's going to cost, Nicole, just for the record.
Yeah, just that's what credit cards are for, Greg. It's what credit cards are for.
Nope,
here,
nope.
look here, Nicole.
There'll be no traces.
Very happy that you're okay. Just sorry for making a random call and putting you on the podcast.
No, he's not.
You're fine. Like this is like old home week, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, bless. Here, well, we're going to get on with the show.
Anytime.
Lovely to chat with you.
Anytime.
See ya.
All right.
Bye. Be good.
Love you, Nick.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Christ, our call worked.
Yeah. Good to hear, Nicole.
Anyway, where were we?
Pete was just talking about his cock cages in his boat sinking.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're
Yeah.
good.
The magnificent. I'm into that.
Yes.
But I've had a real, I don't know, I've had a cack week, man, to be honest. But I was supposed to go to a show on Friday.
Mhm.
It's called the Rocky Horror Show. Robin
Rocky
would have
Horror
heard of it. I
Picture
don't
Show.
know. Yeah,
Absolutely.
you guys, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And it's quite big, isn't it?
It used to be bigger. I'm just going to say that right now.
Yeah. But anyway, so Rocky
That's
Horror
the way
Show.
I feel about it, for the record, Pete. I'm with you. I went to it and I'm like, I don't fucking get it. And everybody loved it. And they're like, oh my God, it's the greatest thing in the world. I'm like, it's because you're all fucking high. And that's the only reason why you think this is great. Because it's stupid. It's a horrible movie. People act, they reenact the thing in the actual theater.
Oh yeah.
But did you not wear stockings and tights when we were there?
No, I did not.
Stilettos?
I did not do that. No.
Yeah, sequence.
Maybe that was the problem.
Well, I was supposed to go Friday, and my uncle got caught ill, and he had to go to the hospital. I had to go with him, and I couldn't go to the show.
Your uncle saved you.
Oh, I was gutted. I really wanted to watch it, and I think I got it for Shell's Christmas present or birthday. So, yeah, so that didn't go down too well. But
time warp.
See, okay. So here's the difference, Pete. See, you had to get this as like an event. Back in the day, we would literally go to this movie theater. They would just do it every Friday night at midnight. You would go to the Rocky Horror
Really?
Picture Show. You just show up. Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So I've got to try and get my money back on the tickets if I can. I just couldn't go, but my uncle is in hospital. He's been seen by the right people now. But oh God, he fell over I don't know, at some point during the early evening, and he didn't get seen until midday the next day by my cousin. And then I was doing his shopping at the time, and I went up afterwards, and I had to clean his house. You can imagine if somebody's fell over for that long and they couldn't get up, it wasn't pleasant. But he's all right. He's in safe hands.
Good.
Yeah. So we missed the show, which I was kind of gutted about that. But yeah, we'll go next time. And I'll dress up. I'm definitely going to dress up, for sure. Pictures and all will be sent.
I suppose if you're going to go, you got to go all in.
Got to go big.
Yep.
All right. That's it for me.
Okay. Robin.
Oh, he fell over. Yeah, he was knocked over. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Well, another
Wait, hold on, real quickly. This is different from a Robin knocking over situation. When Robin knocks something over, it never gets back up again. Just making sure people understand. That Pete's uncle is not. He has gotten back up.
Okay. Okay. So I wasn't a bit knocked over this week, but we'll get to that. So yeah, a big mileage week for me. I was way down in Cork. I had clients to see, and then I was sponsoring a trade show thing. But I went through this story, and I'll keep the audio away. I book a lot of hotels through booking.com. Other services are available, and I'm at sort of the top tier, so I get a discount or an upgrade when I go into these hotels. So I had picked a hotel, never stayed in it before, and when I arrived in it, it was gorgeous. It was really lovely hotel in Kilkenny, and I arrived. They upgraded to me a suite, so I went through. There was 2 suites in this hotel, so it was on a separate staircase, and I came up with my suit bag and my briefcase. Up I went and in through the door, and there's my door on the right hand side, and the other door, and like a lobby, a vestibule, if you wanted to call it, if you're going to be precise. Yeah, on the other side. And as I came through the door at the staircase, I could hear the wonderful noise of love making going on. It was, it was. I mean, and they were at it. I mean, they big style. They were like, wow. I mean, they were seconds away from the throes. Now, the door was old school at a key, and I'm doing my best not to make noise, but it was, again, I'm fumbling at the door, and something just didn't sound just out of the ordinary to me, and I realized as I opened the door that these people that were getting louder and louder, I mean really loud. Oh, I did record it from the other side of my room, embarrassingly, and Greg's going to play it.
I was going to try and play it, but I will spare us.
I could probably
Continue.
play it. I could probably play it on my phone, actually. Here now, if you really want to hear it, here we go.
They were quite vigorous.
Yeah, if I put that up there, that should
Oh,
work
yeah.
in the same way. Maybe or maybe not. Anyway, the thing that got me the most was it was two women. It was two girls, and they were going on. I mean, fair play to them. You know, they have every right to do it, but it just threw an old fella like me. I wasn't quite sure, and I looked at the door and I went, was there a pineapple on the door? As I've suggested, maybe I should put a pineapple on my door. Maybe they'll open the door and invite me in. I wasn't sure whether I should close my door or not, and I left it open for a while. And I had
Did
to
you
go
get
down
a look
for,
at him beforehand?
I had to go down for dinner in the hotel, and I ordered a martini. In fact, I had several that night, and I was looking around the bar going, was it them? Was it them? And there must have been a tour bus of 70-year-old women in, and I'm going, could it have been them? And it was definitely young. It was older. You could hear it in their voice. And I played the game all night of Guess Who. So that was.
Were you able to ever guess who it was? Or
No,
did you see
I had a few ideas. One DM booted touching another DM boot, looking into that. It could have been, but they left the hotel. I have no idea. Fair play to them. It livened up my night. Everyone, but it was really good.
There's a venue.
Now, out of your choices, was there a situation of like, I hope it was them?
Yes.
I really hope it was not them.
Well, when you have the little white haired grannies coming past, you can imagine. I couldn't sleep that well that night. I tumbled and tossed and got off eventually.
There's a venue in Wolverhampton that you could. There was telephones on each of the tables, and you could message each of the telephones. It would have been good to do like I think I heard you in room whatever it is. Is it you? Yeah, you probably would have picked them out then. But you could do that before years ago in this venue. I can't remember what it's called.
Anyway, it was a bit of fun on a lonely little trip. Mega Miles. I had more miles. It gets lots of audio books in. So I finished that first book of Infinite by Jeremy Robbins, and it was really good and wacky and strange. And I started the second one, and it started off wacky and strange and not. It's wild. It's kind of crazy, but I still recommend it. And last night, or was it the night before? No, it was the night before last. I was looking forward to this movie coming out on Apple. It's the movie about Tetris. And
yeah, I've heard good things.
And yeah, I mean, it's a bit rough around the edges. The main guy is the Taron Egerton. He was in what do you call those movies? There's two of them or three of them. Kingsman. He was a young buck in Kingsman, so he's a bit older now, but he was the main character in it. And a really good romp and stuff that you didn't know that this guy was brought over to. He went to he was American, Danish. Lived in America, brought up in New York, met a Japanese girl, lived in Japan. And he wanted to he had a software guy at CES way back with Go, 1987, 1988. Okay. And the whole story is about him trying to get the license for Tetris. And he had bought, he was up to his neck in debt. He had eventually got Nintendo to go, wow, this is cool. He flew to Japan and snuck his way into the Nintendo offices to get in front of the top guys. And they brought him back to America when they thought this thing was fantastic and showed him the Game Boy before it was released. and said, he was saying stuff like, you want to sell 1 million of these to kids,
Right.
you sell it with Mario. You want to sell 10 million to everyone, have Tetris on it. And they said, yeah, okay, you got the license for the handheld held. And newspaper magnate over here, Pete, you would know Robert Maxwell from the Daily Mirror.
okay.
He was involved in the license. He was a part of this licensing, and this was all the time
crikey.
when his empire was starting to crumble. And they have to go to Russia because the guy who wrote it, of course, was Russian guy, and the Berlin Wall the whole Russian communist thing was starting to fall apart, and it's really, really intriguing, good. It's a bit rough around the edges here and there, but it's brilliant. So I would definitely recommend it, the Tetris movie.
Real quick,
wow.
Boomer in the chat has made mention of he has the Tetris song stuck in his head. Is there a Tetris song?
Yeah. No, that's Tetris. Oh, yeah, the Tetris. Tetris, yeah.
I'm just drawing a blank. So
It's a Russian thing. Frig me.
Sure.
Tetris.
Okay.
Tetris.
I believe you.
We'll see if we can pick it up here. We'll get it played right now. Tetris.
Yeah, again, this does nothing for me. I hear nothing, but that's okay. I don't want this song stuck in my head, so I'm good with this. Robin, what else?
Anyway. Oh, you didn't hear that? Okay.
No.
Anyway. Yeah. How do you not know the Tetris music? He's a Philistine. That's why, Dan. He's a Philistine. Steinstune. That's it. A busy week ahead again. Yeah, we've got a full house of kids, and we're surviving on little amounts of sleep. So, good stuff.
All right.
Good.
Welcome to the chat, CP Matthew. All right. I guess this leaves me, Mandalorian and the Bad Batch. Mandalorian continues to disappoint me. Bad Batch continues to absolutely drive it home. It's been really good. So I mean, if I'm going to choose between the two, I would skip Mandalorian and I would watch the Bad Batch every time.
Okay.
But again, I don't mind animated, so that's why I can watch Bad Batch. Yeah, Mandalorian though, it's just uneven writing. They're missing little things that I see them and I just start nitpicking, and the more I start nitpicking, the more I just get frustrated with the show.
Your hair.
I really want to like the Mandalorian.
Greg.
I know.
I'm looking at the camera angle today, and it's got. This is your wow. I mean, as Jasmine said to me last week,
well,
have you got the grey bits in the side of your head? Are you going to die soon? So
yeah, shut up. Hey, I discovered a not new series, but it's new to me. Titans. This is a DC Universe series on HBO. Really good. Surprisingly good. I just took a chance on it Friday night. I ended up watching like 3-4 episodes in a row. Was caught off guard by how mature and just adult it is in some of the things it deals with. So I would recommend Titans. Yeah. Also caught this new Netflix series called The Night Agent. Only a couple episodes into it. So far, so good. Not bad.
Oh, I did watch one new series as well with Kiefer Sutherland as well. The Rabbit Hole. It's good.
The Rabbit Hole. Interesting. Okay.
It's all wow. He's cool, dude. That's one worth catching as well. The Rabbit Hole.
Okay. Rabbit Hole. Indeed. And then the big thing I saw, which was last night, I ended up going and watching the D&D movie.
Nice.
Now, my expectations for the D&D movie were pretty damn low, especially because the last D&D movie that came out was horrible. And as much as I wanted to like it, I just couldn't get past the fact that it was a really bad movie. So I had set my expectations to be like, this is going to be a repeat of that. I'm happy to say I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. You don't have to know D&D to watch it. There's a lot of comedy, and it's that sarcastic, good cop, bad cop kind of banter, that's intermixed throughout it. All the characters I very much liked. it was a fun adventure. Is it going to be the best picture of the year? No. Is it probably going to win Academy Award? No. Is it something that you're going to walk away from and be like, I just had a really good time with that? Absolutely. And so to that, I was very pleased. I was disappointed to see the crowd because it was not well attended at the theater. And it was kind of funny because at the very beginning of the movie, the entire cast does a little quick cameo to say thank you for seeing the movie in the theaters, as opposed to waiting for it to come out on DVD. And I guess that's a thing now. I was like, okay, well, thanks.
Or DVDs.
But I look, if you can see it in the movie theater, go see it in the movie theater because the special effects are really pretty good in the movie, and I think it deserves the big screen presence. But more importantly, it's not a bad D&D movie. And I think about our D&D characters and the sessions we do with Phil, and this crew, this 4-man team, reminded me very much of how we play the game, and just some of the nonsense that we get into. And some of the stupidity of things that we do that backfire on us absolutely plays out in this. And so it was a lot of good fun. So highly recommend checking it out, especially if you like D&D. You will I think be pleasantly surprised.
I've just noticed that Hugh Grant's in it.
Yes.
I just caught a quick glimpse of him then. I remember somebody was interviewing him and he was just pretty much fobbing off the person that was interviewing him and being quite sarcastic when he was being interviewed, saying that he wasn't in it that much. And yeah, the interviewer did handle the job so brilliantly, but I didn't realise that it was this film. It was only a recent interview. There we go.
My friends were in London last weekend for a weekend away. A girl I know and her daughter, and they were in the tube station, and he was there for the premiere of this here. And they were standing in the tube station. There was only them and some other Irish guy, right? They found out he was Irish later on. You can't really look and see unless they're completely ginger and wearing like sort of like a shamrock suit if they're Irish. But they were, that part was discovered later. Anyway, he walked and stood beside them. He had a newspaper under his arm. He dressed in quite neatly in a suit, and he stood there for about 30 seconds or so. And he didn't wait for the tube and turned around and walked away. And after this, the other guy, the Shamrock fella, he turned around and said, "Did you fucking believe that? Who that was?" And nothing was said, but they all sort of clubbed together, the three of them. They went, "Whoa, Hugh Grant, whoa!" Anyway, Hugh Grant's story, recent.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. So he was there for the premiere of D&D in London. So there you go. So that pinned him down to location. Anyway, he had motive. Anyway, that was it. That's the story. Nerds.
Nerds are cool indeed. And last but not least, I am well into the build now on my new standing desk, or motorized standing desk, I should say. But so here's the thing. The desk I really liked only came in a I guess it's a left-hand L shape. And I needed it to be in the right-hand L shape. So the normal thing would be just go find a different desk.
Right.
Me, I watched the videos of the assembly on the desk, and I was like, okay, a couple things stood out to me. I think I can take this and create the correct L shape. And I'll have to drill a couple extra holes here and there, but for the most part, I think it can be done. I'm halfway through the build now. So far, so good. I have had to re-drill a couple different dowel holes. Haven't screwed it up yet. Well, by end of night, you will know whether I fucked myself out of $600 or this actually worked and I got the desk.
Oh my God, $600.
We're going for it, baby. I'm doing it. No, the good thing is though, if I really did screw it up, it's actually pretty reversible. I can always put it back into the other L shape and it'll be fine. A couple drill holes here and there that just need to be puttied in. No big deal. But yeah, you think I would have just bought a different desk, but no.
A desk?
Not me.
Sorry, a motorized desk. Sorry.
Yeah. So it's going to be
a motorized chair for yourself.
Desk.
Sorry.
So it can either stand or sit, that kind of thing. Don't be a hater. Hey, I have assembled a couple different. These are going to be my new filing cabinets right back behind me here.
God, this is exciting podcasting tonight.
I know,
Right.
exactly. Hey, speaking of that, let's talk video games.
Alrighty.
Shall we play a game?
I really want to.
You are one pathetic loser.
Nicole sound effects. I really must.
Real quickly, Hardly Dan, flip the top. I didn't have to flip the top. It actually was a 3-section top, so I could rearrange it like Tetris. Huh?
Oh.
Full circle.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, Kim.
Yes.
It's April.
It is.
Not April Fools. By the
No.
way, my sister played a prank on my parents, telling them that she bought them a pizza for dinner for April Fools.
Uh-huh.
My parents are like 85 years old. They believed her. So they're like not eating, waiting for the pizza guy to show. Meantime, my sister had gone off to her own like event. Yeah, it didn't go over well apparently.
Maybe I should have done that with my dad. It's like, Dad, I'm going to live on an airboat. And just not go back on it and say it was April Fool.
Yeah. All right. Oh, Kim, let's talk about it. April games. What's going on?
Alrighty, yes, your games for April are your games with gold. We have Out of Space Couch Edition, which is available now through the 30th. Peaky Blinders Mastermind, which is available the 16th through May 15th. And then for PlayStation Plus for April, we have Meet Your Maker for the PS5 and the PS4. Sackboy, A Big Adventure for the PS5 and PS4. And also Tales of Iron for the PS5 and PS4. Scrolling down to your Amazon Prime games for April, which is kind of a gigantic list here, so get ready. Wolfenstein: The New Order, Ninja Commando, Art of Fighting 3, The Beast Inside. Apparently those two are separate, not the same game. Icewind Dale Enhanced Edition, Cross Swords, Ghost Pilots, Beholder 2, Terraformers, whatever. Metal Slug 4, Ninja Masters, Looking for Aliens. Let's scroll down here. I think there's some more here. Yeah. Grime, Sin Goku, and Magician Lord. So, yeah, I don't know. There's like 2 in there, maybe 3 in there that I might have known. The rest of them, I'm scratching my head at. And for your Epic Games for the month of April, we have Tunch or something. Anyway, March 30th to April 6th. The Silent Age, which is also March 30th to April 6th. And then after that, we'll have Blazing Sails, which is April 6th to the 13th. And Dying Light Enhanced Edition, April 6th to the 13th. And those are your free games.
The best part about this is Kim is so shell-shocked from us always fucking with the titles that now she's like sees something and she's like, I don't know if this is right or not. We're not even doing anything to them anymore.
I know. They're just weird-ass fucking names. So there you go.
Ironically, as soon as you said Blazing Sails, I'm like, you said that wrong. It's Blazing Saddles. And I'm like, oh, no, it's Sails.
No.
All right.
You
Thank you for
imagine
that,
a Blazing Saddles game? Oh, my.
That would be great.
Oh.
Would
Right?
never get made. Never get made these
Nope.
days.
Nope.
Okay, what have we been playing? I'll start. I, of course, continued the Halo multiplayer. I've been very much enjoying that on our Wednesdays. But I did fire up 2 different new games. One was one of last month's Xbox Live deals, Trooper Brook. I don't know what to make of this game yet. I don't know how much I'm going to get along with it or not. It's a bit slow.
Right.
It's got a really cool animation style. It's almost like claymation. So that's kind of the look and vibe of it. And you're taking these characters and it's kind of it's a puzzle game. You're clicking on different things to find switches or, work a switch to make something else work and then, find your way through it. But honestly, I don't really know what the story of it is other than this old guy that's going on this vacation. And I'm assuming there's going to be some kind of supernatural kind of thing that happens within this that you're going to have to solve for. I really haven't paid attention to the story, probably part of my problem. But I like the art style. It was on Xbox Live Gold. I thought, I'll take a chance. I'll fire it up. The problem is I fired it up late at night, and within like 10 minutes, I'm like, I'm tired.
Right.
It's boring me. So it's not a high action game. I think give me some cups of coffee. Maybe I'll be a little more into it and try and fight my way through it. So far, I'm mildly intrigued. We'll see. I don't know if anybody else has played it, but
no, I haven't, but I've thought about it. So.
It looks cool. That's the nicest thing I can say about it so far.
All right.
Then I played a game called Attack of the Earthlings. Turn-based strategy. The twist here is you're the aliens going after humans.
Aha.
So the humans have landed on your planet, and of course, humans being humans, we're destroying everything, not caring about the environment, and so of course, as the aliens, you're trying to fight us off. And it's an older game. I think it was an original Xbox One game. I could be wrong, but I think that's when it was out, when it came out. So I bought it on a sale. It was like $5. And so far so good. I kind of like the twist of playing, it plays just like an XCOM game or Gears Tactics. So Pete should love it.
Exactly.
I did really enjoy that game.
Attack of the Earthlings. It's different spin. And I think that the only thing that makes this actually unique is the fact that you're playing as the aliens this time around. But it's got a quirky, fun style to it. So I'm liking it so far. I'll probably continue playing through it on. Okay, Robin, you're next up on the boring list. Let's go.
The boring list. Okay, so
I'm kidding.
We're going to talk some racing here. So season 10 and Sette Corsa Competizione starts tomorrow, and at the request of the listeners last week, I decided on a car, and we're going this season with the rear-engined, the only one, Porsche 911 GT3.
Whoa, nice car.
Holy nice crap. I've done some practice over the last few days. I've managed to get some and done a live stream last night on my YouTube channel, Bongo's Bits, if you go there, Robin Tate. And I was there for a couple of hours, had a lot of people on. And Rear Fear, I think, is what that the video is called. And
Robin, real quickly.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. Did we go with the Hoppy car?
No, it's green.
Oh, Robin.
It's green.
Robin.
No, I'm not using somebody else's branding. I have to fly the flag.
But you put it up there. What color scheme to go with?
It wasn't. That was just generally the cars. I know they were all. I stole that artwork and used that in that thumbnail, for goodness sake. Anyway,
you could have done your own pink car. Come on.
It is. I'm starting to become fond with it. It is a handful. It is very, very light on the arse. It is very, very easy to put into the wall. And I'm in the process of making a quick video of all of the crashes, because it was kind of nutty. So that was very, very challenging, and it's going to be a very interesting season. Now, today the thing goes live tomorrow, and all the stats were updated today, and I've been promoted. I'm up a division. Yay!
Nice.
Which means the racing will get even harder. But it's great. And I'm really, really pleased with that. And also last night, during the live stream, and I know I'm a very small fish in a very, very big pond, but for weeks now I've been trying to push past the 200 subscriber mark. And I know it's a small thing on YouTube, but last night we got 5 extra subscribers during the live stream, and it was friggin' awesome. It's a very small thing, and I don't do it because of that, but it makes it even better when you're getting people like in the chat here, giving you tips and advice and calling you a twat and all of that sort of stuff. The guys regulars that are coming in are brilliant, and that's been good, and I've learned so much. I will continue on. Now, funny, last night, my rig, it's like a box metal, and there's if you imagine there's a wide piece, and the seat part goes into this piece. This is like, so the narrow piece goes in, and then you lock it down with a screw to keep it clamped together. Oops, I've spilled. And it's happened once or twice before, that when you're pressing down really hard on these new pedals, these Husqvarna pedals, that you're putting so much pressure on them that you're pushing back on the seat, and because it's the screw down versions, they come loose. And in a race last season, it collapsed on me, and all of a sudden you're at 45 degrees in the seat over here, and it happened in the live stream last night, and it was very funny. And yeah, but it's the next thing I'll upgrade. I will upgrade to get a big proper thing that won't happen.
I watched your video with you getting hit. Was it 3 times that you got knocked off the track? I think you finished like 4th or 5th.
Oh, that was Silverstone, yeah.
Oh, you were going mad. Yeah. Oh my god, that was funny.
Yeah. Sorry, that was.
What's your next milestone? You got 200 now. What are you going for next?
Well, I mean, so we did really well in last season, and we finished 78th in the championship. And the previous season, I was just into the top 500. So this season, car allowing that I get my head around it, and I think this car is one of those cars that when you get your head around it, you're going to just absolutely love it. So I get my head. There's a very different style of driving. It's very, very smooth. It's very, very sharp out of the corners. It's slow it doesn't have great straight line speed compared to other cars, but it's very nippy. But you have to be very, very gentle. So the targets this year is to get into the top 50. Have every week when there's a series of races, have at least one top 10 finish. So you can have as many. Next week's race is in Barcelona, which was one of the crap tracks for me last season. So race as much as you can through the week to get a top 10 every week, a top 10. Last year it was to get a podium, but I actually got 2 wins and 5 podiums last season. So yeah, top 10s and a few podiums, and go up another division at the end of the season after the 12 weeks. So rock on. No, Dan. Dan. I know you're so practical. Try some threadlock. No, you're practical. I don't want practical. I want new toy.
Why don't you weld it?
I want new toy.
Buy a welder.
I don't know nothing. There's an old joke there. I know nothing about welding, mister. So yeah, very, very good. So yeah, that's good. That's what I'm at. And
right on.
Rock on. That's me.
Okay, Kim.
Yes.
What's been going on with you?
Oh, same shit, different day. Well, I've played a little Hi-Fi Rush. Keep going on that. I don't know how long this game is, but I just finished with Mimosa the other day, so I don't know how close I am to the end, but I assume I'm getting there.
About 2/3, I think.
Okay. So, I mean, it's still going well. They had the deal where you're up on stage, you're supposed to be playing the guitar, and they give you the buttons to mash, and I sounded like I was stepping on a cat. So, I don't know. They must have taken pity upon me, and they're like, okay, let her pass, because, even with just hitting the one button, I was still terrible. So, anyway, I'm still enjoying it. Like, I'm still plugging away at it. So, Hi-Fi Rush, it's good. I played a little Forza Horizon 5 because the Rally DLC had come out. And I tried all this on my Razer Edge, my little handheld thing, and I can play Forza on it, but I'm not very good. I don't know if my Series Elite controller is just better than the little controller that comes with it. But yeah, I can't drive worth a shit on that thing, so I guess I'll have to stick to playing Forza on the Xbox. But it was fun. I did the initial race for that, and this electric Ford F-150 that they stick you in to start out. Either it just doesn't handle worth a shit, or I can't drive it, one or the other, because I was all over the place. I don't know how I managed to get from point A to point B. But anyway, that was good. And last but not least, I played a little Battlefield 2042 today to see how it would handle on the little gaming device, and it did well. I mean, it was small. And I feel like Greg, and I feel like I need stronger glasses because there's like, is that a bad guy? Because, you can't see the little orange thing above their helmet. You're like, is that a bad guy? Is that a blueberry? What is that? But
screen size is
yes,
it is an issue on those devices.
Right. And I mean, I did pretty well. Admittedly, I was technically playing with bots, so I mean, that could be why I did decently. But I don't know. Now that we've played with bots, I can't seem to go back to play with, real people. So, anyway, it all went well. I'm hoping to get back into the multiplayer with actual people sometime this week, because like I said, I've got the week off and no children except for tomorrow. So we'll see what we can pull out of my hat, and maybe we can get some gaming in this week. So
Yeah, the Steam Deck has pretty good thumbsticks on it. I don't know about the Edge, but I know a lot of the other